What's up with y'all out there?
Somebody turn it lock, you turn it lock,
Yeah, man.
Motherfucker just walk straight in, so you saying, motherfucker go around walking in, still by stuff, you know what I'm saying? He ain't responsible for nothing.
So yeah, I'm at Sober Living Home.
Get some stole from them, they ain't
Sober Living,
they
man.
ain't responsible about
Going through the process, you know, one day at a time. Gotta stay focused, gotta stay humble, you know, because this shit is for real out here. I'm in Memphis, you know. I feel like the only sober person in Memphis, but I'm not. There's a lot of us that's sober. Finding a new way to live, you know. Cause shit, I got told out there, you know. I gotta walk a straight line, straight and narrow path.
You ain't want Hermes yet.
You know.
You ain't want Hermes yet.
They say you gotta hit a sufficient enough bottom for you to wake up. Shit, I woke up. You know. I can't make nobody else get sober because couldn't nobody make me. You know, God had to do it. Power greater than myself. You know. So I asked that same power to guide me, to keep me sober just for the day. You know. Rule number 1, don't pick up no matter what. Rule number 2, don't forget rule number 1. Shit. If I use, I lose. You know.
And where you go the other day? You had put that up.
So this journey, I'm just embracing this journey.
Don't say nowhere.
Sobriety journey. You know. You know, if I inspire you to get sober, that means we winning souls back. Satan wants your soul, drinking and drugs. But God in your heart, though. You know, so. We're going through something right now. You're in a dark place. You know, pray for you. Just keep asking God to guide you. You know, to guide you one day at a time. You know, surrender. I had to surrender completely. And I got to surrender every day. First, I thought I had to surrender like one time. It's enough. Hell no. Every day I got to do the work. I got to do the work. You know, it's an action program, so I can't never get a big head like I know it all.
Well, I'm kind of run this stuff like that.
I don't know nothing. You know. I just know God gonna be God opening doors. You know, paving the way for me. If I to. You know, it's time for a change anyway. You know what I'm saying? It's time for a change, man. Yep. So if you're watching this and you're in a place right now, a dark place, you're gonna be all right. Just give it to God. Stop fighting. I kept fighting. All I had to do was surrender. God was with me the whole time. God with me the whole time, man. For real, man. God kept me even in my addiction. He kept me. You know. So I'm forever grateful, thankful. You know, I went and got help on my own because something went right. You know what I'm saying? So, by me doing that, I learned a lot about this disease of addiction. You know, it's out to kill you. The disease is Satan. Satan is out to kill you. Satan gonna dress it up real good for you. You know, he gonna make you think you're doing good. You know, you're gonna be cocky, arrogant. Can't nobody tell you nothing. You know. And then some people might say, oh, well, I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't do drugs. I get money. That's where he get you too. Gambling. Everybody addicted to something. You know. But I just focus on myself. Because I gotta stay honest. You know, with myself. Can't focus on nobody else. bread. I'm talking in the Audemars. I could have went and bought a car. Ain't nothing but blessings coming, man. You know, to be able to have it, lose it, and to be able to, you know, go get it again, go get it sober though this time. It mean a lot. You know what I'm saying? It mean a whole lot. I'm able to look at everything differently now. I see everything differently. You know, and I have to accept everything for what it is. You know, for real. I know nothing. I'm single. I said I'm single. Man, I know I'm single. Man. Being spiritually gifted and sober, boy, that's a hell of a combination. But I gotta stay out of my own way though. You know, for real. It's just for real. It's just for real, man. I'm only one drink, one drug away, man. You know, I just thank God for keeping me. You know, I done been on drug court before. Even when I was on drug court, I was just going to the meetings just to get my paper signed. I wasn't giving a damn about this shit. Man, went right back out there, got towed up again, man. I'm gonna do it different this time, God. I'm gonna do it different. I'm gonna go to another state, paid away. Got towed up again. Because I kept trying to do it my way. In and out of hospitals. Almost dying, literally having a transmutant alchemized death. Like, whew, feeling like I'm disconnected from consciousness. Man, it's so much. I don't want to put myself through that no more. All that torture, I was torturing myself. And I wouldn't even realize I'm putting stuff in my body that's going to kill me. For real. But now today, you know, I ain't got to do that. You know, I ain't got to do that. All I got to do is surrender and allow God to let me make it another day, man. You know. Shoot, even when I was in prison, I ain't do no drugs. Shit. The program was in prison too, you know. Learn structure, discipline. And the disease was all in there. Mental health issues, all that. So God just showing me throughout my whole journey, you know, the whole spectrum. And I gotta focus on me. I gotta focus on Q. You know, I gotta make sure Q right. Because if I ain't right, nothing ain't right. You know, so I'm cleaning up. You know what I'm saying? You know, I'm just thankful, man. I'm really thankful. We have been through so much, man. I thank God for keeping me. Times when, man, I ain't even, man, ooh-wee. Boy, it ain't no, I'm talking about, man. It's like, how did I make it out of certain stuff? Can't remember, and you gotta, man, it gotta be a God. You know what I'm saying? You know? He saved me. He can do the same for you, too. If you just stop fighting. Stop fighting. Just give it to God, you know? Whatever you going through. You know what I'm saying? Then I figured out that, you know, it was my thinking. My thinking was messed up. You know, it wasn't just alcohol and drugs and stuff. It was my thinking. Holding on to stuff. Resentments. And, man, the only person I was hurting was myself. You know? And my addiction, man, my kids was hurting. You know what I'm saying? Not knowing what daddy had, and I'm telling them, I'm paving the way, but I'm fighting this beast though. And I'm constantly trying to fight. And all I had to do was surrender. You know? I almost lost my life out there, man. So I take this shit personal. I take this shit for real, man. Like this shit trying to kill you out there, man. You know? I'm not putting stuff in my body today that's gonna do that. You know? Yeah, I ain't gonna be too long though. God just told me to, you know, share my experience, strength, and hope. Maybe it touch somebody, man. You know, forgive yourself. forgive myself. I forgive others. You know, life too short, man, to be walking around mad at somebody. Something they did 10 years ago, 20 years ago, 5 years ago. Man, let this shit go, man. Shit, so you can be blessed. But just like the old timer told me, you got a higher power and a lower power. Whichever one I choose to serve, that's what's gonna dominate my life. You know, so 2026, man, I'm walking by faith, not by sight. You know, faith is a mustard seed, you know. My counselor told me, he said, you know what you just said? I said, what? He said, it sound like you got a made up mind. That's the most, what do you say? That's the most dangerous thing. Or that's the most, you know, some important thing. Like I got a made up mind, you know. But that don't mean I'm exempt because I'm still gonna be tested every day, you know. I'm gonna be tested every day, man. I gotta go through that acid test. I can talk my ass off. It's a program, my action of. You know, my actions gonna show if I really wanna be sober, stay sober, actually live, you know, sobriety. I ain't trying to be no dry, you know, sober, nothing like that. I'm trying to have fun, you know, make music, sober living music, you know, whatever God need me to do, man. If God say, you know, I want you to go to the store and I want you to buy 50 or 100 McChickens. And I want you to go to all the South Memphis, North Memphis, East Memphis. I want you to go pass them out, man. And I don't want you to record nothing of it, man. I'm going to do that. Whatever God need me to do. If God don't need me to do nothing, I'm not going to do nothing. Every time I come over here and record myself, it's because God told me to. I made this channel to inspire the next alcoholic addict. You don't have to. You ain't got to go through that, man. You know? And it's not your fault. You inherited with the disease of addiction. You know? But it is, like they told me, it is your responsibility to recover, though. You know, you got kids depending on you. You got family that love you. You know, that disease had me isolated, man. Satan had me isolated from my family, from my children, you know what I'm saying? From the world, bro. You know, and that's not a good place to be, man. You know. And that's why, you know, you gotta rebuke the devil, man, in the name of Jesus. It works with me. But also what works is, they say faith without works is dead. You know, so I gotta put the action in every day. If I don't put the action in every day, then I'm just talking, you know. I'm a hypocrite, you know. I ain't gotta prove myself today. I ain't gotta go around nobody to let them see me. Hey, what's up, man? I'm sober, man. Them folks don't give a fuck about me. Shit, I seen that in my addiction, you know. I still wish the best for people, though, man. Everybody on different points, different levels on their journey, you know. You gotta learn the lesson. That's why we're here. We're here to learn the lesson, man, so we can evolve. Life is all about evolving, you know. We only here for a maximum 100 years, and tomorrow ain't promised, you know. People passing away every day, man. I wasn't trying to die no alcoholic. I wasn't trying to die no drug addict, you know. I done lost classmates, friends, family members to this disease of addiction, man. You know, so I just ask God to just guide me every day, one day at a time, man. You know, as long as I'm doing the next right thing, you know, I take that step, another step gonna appear, you know. So, yeah, man, if you listening to this, you know, man, keep going. Don't beat yourself up. You ain't gotta goddamn go through this shit. You know, everybody don't make it out. You know, some people don't make it out their addiction, man. They be wanting to get out so bad, but you know, they don't make it out. You know, so I plead the blood of Jesus over you. For real. I got holy oil and everything. I'm me. I'm authentically me. today. I don't have to be something I'm not. You know what I'm saying? I don't care about no materialistic stuff. I didn't have it. You know what I'm saying? God gonna give me all that back times 10. You feel me? You know? I ain't gonna do nothing but help the next person. Can't die with it. I know I'm walking in my purpose right now. And if it take for me to lose everything to finally get it, I'm 33 years old. God, thank you. You know? For real. I be having to check myself, taking personal inventory every single day. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real. Because if I don't be honest, open-minded, and willing, you know, if I lie to myself any given time, that's what they say, that's the shit gonna send you back out there. You know. So yeah, ain't gonna be long, man. It's cold out here. But yeah, y'all be blessed, man. You know, God love you. Ain't nobody else told you, man. I love you, you know. For real, man. For real. It hurt my heart to see some of these folks in their addiction, man. It really do. Then I gotta tell myself, man, I can't save the world. I gotta make sure Q's straight, man. And by me looking in the mirror, making sure I'm straight, you know, on my journey, you know, I'll be able to help the next person, inspire them to something. You know what I'm saying? Mentor great men, you know, making great moves, man, God made. God gave me that vision when I was 15 years old. I just thought it was me getting money and, you know, rapping and all of that. Now I see what God was doing, you know. So I got to take that same energy I had in my addiction and apply it in my life now while I'm sober. A clear mind. Just because I'm sober, that don't mean everything good either. It's a lot of thoughts and emotions and feelings, and you know, I gotta face it sober. You know, I gotta forgive. I gotta write it down. You know what I'm saying? I gotta make amends. You know, forgive others. You know what I'm saying? This shit show you how to be a man, man. You know, for real, for real. You know, hurt people. You know, I want to be an example that you ain't gotta hurt the people that hurt you. You know, you just transmute that energy, man. Alchemize that energy. You go within, man. The kingdom is within, man. Gratitude and solitude. I gotta protect my energy. You know, I have to. You know, but yeah, that's all I got, though, man.